today on 2+U Nevada.
When people go out there for Memorial Day, we usually get a couple thousand people.
On this Memorial Day, we honor those who have served. As such, we sit down with the Nevada Veterans Coalition to learn what this organization does to ensure all our veterans are honored.
And we all know that our veterans see some things when they go out and work with overseas, and they come back and they struggle sometimes. And so what these dogs will do is provide what's called nightmare interruption.
How man's best friend is changing veterans' lives right here in Reno. We sit down with Liberty Dogs, the nonprofit pairing service dogs with heroes battling PTSD. And if you love dogs, how you can help get these pups ready for their veteran.
We have a home that is 100% free of charge. We provide 24-hour care, completely free of charge, akin to what a family member could.
There's a special place right here in Reno, making sure veterans and their families never have to face a medical crisis alone. How the Veterans Guest House provides free lodging, meals, and support, giving heroes a true home away from home. You're watching 2+U Nevada. It's home.
Put everything back in your house the way you like it.
With community and family. And this really is a family affair. It's local food.
I got garlic in mine, capers.
It's health and wellness. Plus,
But we don't have these, and we could be using them.
With plenty of entertainment. 2+U Nevada, brought to you by 911 Restoration. Thank you for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. Hope you are enjoying this Memorial Day weekend. You know, for many of us, Memorial Day means barbecues, time at the lake, or a 3-day weekend. But today is really about something much deeper. It's a day to remember the men and women who gave their lives serving our country, people who never made it home to their families. So as we enjoy this holiday, it's important we also take a moment to reflect, to honor their sacrifice, and to thank the families who carry that loss every single day. Our show today is focused on local nonprofits that provide services and support to our local veterans, and also military-focused stories. It's a way for us here to honor the men and women who pledge to take care of us. To you, I say a sincere thank you. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for joining us today for 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I'm very excited to have a dear friend, Rich Crombie, joining us this afternoon to talk about the Nevada Veterans Coalition. And Rich, I had no idea that you were a part of this, but I am just so intrigued and appreciative of what this organization does.
Well, thank you. And, you know, and we're glad to be on. And the idea is just to educate folks what the coalition's about.
So talk to us about it. This has been around decades.
Well, it's been around since 1992 when they opened the new cemetery out in Fernley. At the time it was new, back in 1992. So it's the Northern Nevada Veterans Memorial Cemetery, one of 2 state cemeteries. We have the one here in Fernley and then the one down south in Boulder City. And then, so the coalition came along and we formed the Honor Guard in 2009. And the Honor Guard is simply the folks that go out and do all of the services when somebody's to be interred at the cemetery, a veteran, and so they get a full 30-minute service. And I used to go out to those services, and I would go out to the Memorial Day service. They conduct that, Reach Across America, and I saw the folks out there in uniform. And of course, I'm a former Navy guy, and you know, I said, I got to be a part of that. I just want to do something to, you know, I can't serve back in the Navy. Don't know that I'd want to now at my age, you know, but still, you know, it's a way to put on a uniform, honor veterans, honor our country, honor our military, and do it, you know, as much as I want. It's very fulfilling in a lot of ways. Yeah.
And this is a 501c3?
This
is a nonprofit?
Total nonprofit. We run completely and solely on donations, whether we get them from, we do have some corporate donors. Once in a while we'll send us a check, but a lot of times it comes from the families. And it doesn't cost anything to do the service. We never, you know, we're not out there, you know, pandering. We're not trying to, But if somebody says, oh, that was a wonderful service, here's $100 or $200, something like that, we accept that, and it all goes to pay for a lot of the expenses that we have every year: uniforms, flags, ammunition, because we do the rifle volley of 3, the coins that we hand out, office expenses. We do have an office in Fernley. There's a lot of expenses that go into it, but nobody gets paid. It's a 100% nonprofit organization.
And what's important for folks to know at home is a veteran can be buried at the cemetery at no charge. And then their family members also have the opportunity to be buried with their loved one. There is a charge for family members if they aren't a vet. But
correct, yeah.
The Honor Guard goes out there and puts on a military ceremony.
That's right, yeah.
For
it's
these
a full
vets.
30-minute ceremony. We've been sanctioned and awarded by the Department of Defense and the U.S. Army. We've also been awarded by the Gary Sinise Foundation. We are recognized as an official military burial service, and it's about 30 minutes. Comes with everything, taps, the folding of the flag, a rifle volley of 3, the escort to the interment center, a chaplain service. It's a full-on, military service. So when your family member is ready to be interred at the cemetery, you call the cemetery and arrange that first, so you get your plot or wherever it happens to be in the wall, and then you call us, and then we just come along, and again, it's just a 30-minute service. We have one tomorrow, as a matter of fact. So the point of that is, as we all know, snow is, in the forecast, so we go rain or shine or snow or heat or wind or whatever, we're happy to go out there and honor these vets.
That's amazing. And then beyond that, taking it a step further, when we're talking Memorial Day, when we're talking wreaths across America, there's a lot more that you guys do.
Those are our 2 big events every year. We do Memorial Day. Some folks, I'm sure, have been out there. Even if you haven't, just a kind of sidebar, if you haven't been out to that cemetery, you really owe it to yourself to go. You can go anytime. It's open. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to be a veteran. Just go there, because there's a lot of monuments that are there, aside from, of course, it's just a very serene, beautiful property. And it seems, you can see it run off the freeway. It's the second exit in Fernley, exit 48. You look off to the left, and you got all the sagebrush and the brown, and then suddenly there's this oasis of green trees and green grass, and that's the cemetery. But the point is, there's a lot of wonderful monuments there: Marine Corps monument, World War II monument. There's even a submarine monument, Vietnam, of course. There's so many of these out there. You can just take a stroll around the grounds. And a lot of people say, when they go to Washington, D.C., they love the monuments. You can do that here in Fernley. I'm granted we don't have the giant ones like they do, but it's our little corner of the world, and it's just something that you can see.
And it's our people.
And it's us. Yeah,
it's
exactly. It's honoring
ones.
yes.
Yeah.
So when people go out there for Memorial Day, we usually get a couple thousand people. We're always honored to have the governor coming out, or senators once in a while, depending on where they're at. We do a lot of dignitaries will come out, a lot of military groups, veterans groups, but even we've seen, and we see a lot of kids, high schoolers, that want to come out and learn, and it's always, I MC the event, so I'm looking out at the crowd and I see 5-year-olds and 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds, and they want to know, what is this about? Like, whether they had somebody buried there or not, what it's like to serve in the military. Why do we have these grounds here for these people? Why are we gathering on this day to do this? Because guess what? It's not about a barbecue or a furniture sale. Memorial Day is about honoring these veterans that are buried here, and there's over 14,000. So Memorial Day and then Wreaths Across America is something we do in December. This year it'll be on December 17th. Typically it's the second Saturday of the month for whatever, they decided to do the third, but it's a national movement, the Wreaths Across America. So every single cemetery, 4,500, last year they laid over 3 million wreaths.
Wow.
Of which 8,600 of them were out in Fernley,
Yeah.
And they get together and we honor our veterans during the holidays.
So we have a little bit of time left, and with that amount of time, it takes volunteers to put these flags up and to put these wreaths out. So if you're wanting to recognize our vets.
We encourage anybody. You do not have to be a veteran. Anybody can do it. You just have to love your country, love your military, want to honor vets. We give you the uniform, we give you training, we show you what to do. It's easy to do. You don't even have to commit a lot of time. You know, our website, if I can put it out there, is nnvc.org, nnvc.org. You can go on there, read about everything that we're about, and find out how to volunteer.
Well, Rich, thank you so much
thank
for
you.
joining us this afternoon, and we really appreciate
Absolutely.
what you're doing to honor and recognize our veterans.
Well, thanks for the opportunity.
Yep. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I am so excited. You guys know how excited I am when we have four-legged friends here on the show, but we also have Hillary Larrabee and Andre Berry with Liberty Dogs joining us. Of course, this is a new 501c3, right, in our community, and really new in that the doors open in March. But Andre, let's start with what Liberty Dogs is and its mission.
So Liberty Dogs is a national training and placement program for U.S. vets and those who are diagnosed with PTSD. And this is a flagship program of the David Sherrill Duffield Foundation. And we'll have an opportunity to take canines and veterans and bring this program together in addition to holistic wellness and provide something to those who have served this great nation. And there is nothing else like this in the world. A lot of time, energy, support, and resources have been poured into this. And we want to put together a great practice for those veterans who have served by giving them quality trained canines.
And so when this happens, or when you pair a canine with their veteran, those vets are then brought here and trained with their canine. Is that how that happens? Walk me through that process.
So there's actually two programs we have. We have a 3-day wellness program that any veteran can go through once they apply and are accepted. And then for the 2-week canine veteran placement program, there's an application process. We do a whole vetting to ensure that, you know, they have a good home, they're qualified to have a canine, they meet all the requirements. Our veteran service teams walks them through the whole process. Takes between 4 and 6 months to do that. And then if they're selected, whether locally or across the country, we bring them to the campus and they're there for 13 days. And they get to stay on, I like to say, world-class campus and be a part of going through a phenomenal training program to get placed with a canine. So, and there is no cost to this program. There's nothing else like this in terms of the training, the canines. We take care of the health care, the food, because we just recognize that these veterans have given so much. And because of what they've been through and what they've done for this great nation, this gives us a chance to support them, to give back, and to place them with a phenomenal canine.
That's just fantastic. And Hillary, we can see that these puppies, because Cooper is 7 months, they're already getting training before even being matched?
Yes, yeah. So we start our training program at about 8 weeks. And so we'll bring in puppies from other organizations or from really across the country. And we rely on our community puppy raisers to help us with training our puppies. And it is at no cost to those puppy raisers. We just ask that they bring a loving home and an open heart and a willingness to train with us and be with us on this journey with these puppies.
Okay, so you need puppy raisers.
We do.
What is the process of vetting those puppy raisers? Like, do they have to be good trainers? Because I'll take a puppy and I'll help raise a puppy, but if you want it to behave, that's another question.
So no, there is no need for you to have any training background. We have a group of fantastic trainers that will help you every step of the way at no cost to you. And all it takes is some time and dedication to the program. With our puppies, it's about a 16 to 18 month dedication of your time and a loving home. And we will have you come into our offices and work with our trainers and do one-on-one sessions with the puppies. And we show you what you need to help us with, which is amazing. So
okay, so let me understand this. The puppy raisers have the puppies for 16 to 18 months before they would ever even be placed with their veteran, who would then come out or be here and stay on the campus for 13 days.
Correct. So you will go through that 16 to 18 month phase, and at that point we do what's called a turn-in, and where our puppies will be turned into us back on campus and go through an advanced training session, which is about 4 months long.
Okay.
And from that point, they will be matched and paired with their veteran.
And I love, because before we started this interview, I was asking you, what are these puppies being trained for and how do they help their vet? And one thing that it touched me is when you said that they're being trained also for nightmare interruption.
Correct. Yeah, that is one of the many skills that we will train the puppies for is nightmare interruption. And we all know that our veterans see some things when they go out and work with overseas, and they come back and they struggle sometimes. And so what these dogs will do is provide what's called nightmare interruption. And if they notice that the veteran is having maybe a nightmare and their bodies are shaking or they're just feeling it, they might nudge the veteran to wake them up. They might turn the light off or on.
The dog will?
The dog will. The dog will. So they're really helping them to transition out of that really dark place that they might be in and just be there for them at that hard time.
Just so needed. Okay, Andre, what's next for Liberty Dogs? Yes.
So for what's next is, first of all, the campus is not even open yet, so we're trying to get on the campus. And then once we're there, once we do a lot of onboarding, a lot of training, because we also have to ensure that our staff understands the veterans, our staff understands the canines, our staff understands all of our processes. And so once we're on the campus, then we're gonna have a 3-day wellness course that any veteran can sign up for in May. And then our first 2-week class will be in June. And there's a couple things I really wanna emphasize, though, going back to the puppy raisers, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people will ask me, what can we do? And I remind them, this is a very patriotic community, and this is a very pet-friendly community. And there's no better partnership if you want to make a contribution to being a puppy raiser, or also you could be a foster, where you could may not take a puppy full-time, but you can help on a part-time basis. But this is a way to give back. And sometimes people ask me, are you sure this is something I can do? The trainers are phenomenal. They're phenomenal. Ask me how I know, because they train me. Okay, so they do an excellent job. And so if you have questions, or you just say, I want to help, I want to give back, I want to make a contribution. And then we're also going to have volunteer opportunities in the future too. But
okay, so for more information on puppy raising and volunteering, where do people go?
They can go to our website, and our marketing team is always watching that, libertydogs.org. libertydogs.org. I'll say it again, libertydogs.org. We encourage people to go there. And we know that this is such a giving and supportive community that supports our veterans, that supports our canines. And we welcome you to be a part of this partnership, because that is the number one way we can be more successful. The more puppies we have, the more veterans we can help. So, and I just can't emphasize that enough, and encourage. I mean, I'm waiting for you to raise your hand. So anyway.
Well, you guys, thank you so much. LibertyDogs.org. You are watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Sylvia Frostley, the CEO of the Veterans Guest House. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for inviting me.
We're so excited to have you here. And I was telling Sylvia, I haven't been to the Veterans Guest House in at least a decade, and you have done so much at the Veterans Guest House to help our vets. Please tell folks at home, first and foremost, what you do.
So it's the community that does it. We're just the facilitator, but we provide free overnight lodging, transportation, meals, and personal care to veterans and their families that are coming to the area for medical care. That also includes our locals, though, so we have veterans who can't get access, can't make their appointments because they don't have transportation. We help with that even locally, but we're most known for the rurals.
That's amazing. Yeah, I remember I did a story many moons ago of this darling couple who lived out in the rurals. It was a 2-hour drive, and then you're spending all day
in doctor's appointments, this, that, and the other. And then the hotel bills just to be able to stay. Like, it's amazing that you have this resource. Is it true that you also are a resource for the spouse of a veteran?
Yes. So what we say is military affiliation and medical need, and we will find a way to say yes to you. So it's the spouse, it's really immediate family. So for instance, during COVID, we had a woman veteran whose son needed treatment, and they were able to stay with us so her son could get the care that he needed.
You know, medical care is so expensive just to begin with, let alone have to come up with a couple $100s a night to stay at hotels. And sometimes you're there for long periods of time, you know, so this isn't just a one night stay for some of these folks.
Well, it's funny because when I think medical care, as a layperson, I think, oh, you're going to the doctor's appointment, an hour in and out. But what we often see are those that are here for cancer treatment, and they can be here for 9 to 12 weeks at a time. In fact, we have a veteran who stayed with us for a long time, and the way he came to us is he was actually diagnosed with cancer. And the treatment that he needed, he did the math, and he said, well, I can't afford to go back and forth because he'd be too sick, and he couldn't afford to stay here, and so he accepted the fact he was going to die. And then one of his physician called and said, wait, we know a place you can come stay with us. Fortunately, he ended up in remission, and he's been with us a long time. But
Oh, I love that.
he credits us with saving his life, but obviously we were just the bed that he could stay in. And we're happy to help any way that we can. What we're really proud of, though, as I said in the beginning, is it's our community that provides all of this to veterans. The community, we're 100% philanthropically funded. There's no government funding at all. And so we're able to do everything we do and help veterans in any way they need because the community sees that, sees to it that we can.
You know, about a decade ago, you guys went through a big remodel and an expansion. Just of the Veterans Guest House, not your new facility that we'll talk about in a second, but just the Veterans Guest House. How many beds do you have?
33.
That's fantastic. Now, I mentioned a new facility. You also have something else to talk about.
Yes, so we opened the Cynthia Lake House, which is a home for hospice care. And so part of what we have discovered, because we're a little over 30 years old.
Wow.
I've got staff members that aren't as old as our organization. But what we're finding is the veterans that we were serving when we first started are at a different chapter of life. And there's not a whole lot as far as access to hospice care in particular, because when you're not familiar with hospice, I think there's this presumption that they provide all the care that you need, and that's not true. As people are transitioning, they need 24-hour care. And so you either are putting a loved one in a facility or you're trying to make the ends meet, and it's expensive. It can be $10,000 a month just for that care, right? And what we found is it's not just the rurals that were suffering with getting that care, it's locally too. So we have a home that is 100% free of charge. We provide 24-hour care completely free of charge, akin to what a family member could, right? So we're not a medical facility, but we are there just like your mother would take care of you or you would take care of your mother. And each family can choose their hospice provider. So the hospice providers come in and provide that supplemental care, and that's for veterans and their spouses. And we've seen people from all walks of life using that resource as well.
I absolutely love that you are here for our veterans and their families. You say that you get no government funding, that it's all the community.
It is.
So if somebody is learning about the Veterans Guest House, where can they go to get more information and how can they donate?
So they can go online to veteransguesthouse.org. They can come visit us, and I have to tell you, whether it's a staff member or a volunteer, even our guests are really proud to show the house off, and you don't have to tell them why you're there. Just tell them you heard about us and you want to learn a little bit more. We're happy to show you around. Ways to get involved, volunteering is also a big one for us. So we're pretty small staff given the number of veterans that we serve. Our volunteers outnumber the number of staff that we have. So that's everything from hosting dinners, making dinners for our 33 guests, to bed making, laundry, maintenance, flowers. Like, we have a group of ladies that come and plant and take care of our roses. I don't know anything about roses except that they're pretty. And so there's all kinds of different ways to get involved. We have a couple of corporate groups that come and host bingo. We had a group that did an ice cream social. And so there's different ways to get involved if that's what you're looking to do, one time or multiple times. We can be creative.
I can't thank you enough for what you do for our veterans. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, and thank you for helping us spread the word.
Yeah, you're watching 2+ U Nevada.
Two Rhode Island siblings prepared for their town's Memorial Day parade the way they always have, by hanging dozens of flags along the mile-long parade route in West Greenwich. It's a tradition Thomas and Becca Kilday's grandfather taught them, but this is their first year doing it without him after he passed. Sam Reed reports.
Right off of Route 102 in West Greenwich, it's evident everywhere Memorial Day weekend is approaching, and so is its annual parade.
We grew up coming to the Memorial Day parade and walking in it.
While people marching in the parade are gearing up to go. For several weeks now, siblings Thomas and Becca Kilday have been too.
We've gotten real good. We've had a lot of practice, so we can usually get it all done in about a day.
Because for as far back as they can remember, the pair have had a hand in putting up patriotism all over the parade route by hanging the American flags.
So they go on each of the poles for the parade route. I believe there's 28.
This all started with their grampy, Bobby Meehan, who was once the Grand Marshal and a reoccurring volunteer for every Memorial Day parade.
Our grandfather started doing the flags, and when I was, I think, about 10, we got to ride along and start helping. And slowly kept building and building.
When Bobby put up the stars and stripes, he'd make sure to grab his grandkids to make an impression on them and the community.
As part of the tradition, he'd always buy us shirts, matching shirts with some sort of flag on the front.
Over time and in older age, he became the one who went along for the ride as they took over. Unfortunately, he passed away last year.
We helped him all the way up until he passed.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, we wanted to get that replaced for you.
Now, love and loyalty to the flag and to their grampy is something they've decided to continue.
The flags are really meaningful to us, I think, and the community. They really appreciate seeing them.
Though busy with schedules in school, they've made it their mission to volunteer their services again.
At this point, I think a lot of people know that we do it. It's not a big deal to us whether people know it's us or not. It's just about them being up there.
The flags will most likely stay up until the 4th of July this year to celebrate America's big 250th birthday. But besides being a decoration on display, the pair understands the value of each and every flag they fly.
And reminds us of what Memorial Day is all about, not just the start of summer, although it definitely is, but also remembering those who we've lost and who have put their lives on the line for us.
Service and sacrifice, two words that mean an awful lot on Memorial Day. And those two words come in all forms.
It's great to be able to carry on our grandfather's legacy, and it's great to be able to know that we're a part of that.
On this Memorial Day, the somber call of taps will honor military veterans who made the ultimate sacrifice. Those 24 notes date back to the Civil War. And Karen Kafa introduces us to one man who has dedicated decades to the history and performance of that bugle call and making sure every veteran is honored properly.
Yari Villanueva's experience with the bugle call taps started as a scout.
I was the troop bugler, so I would sound taps and reveille and mess call when we were out on camping trips.
During 23 years with the U.S. Air Force Band, he participated in thousands of ceremonies at Arlington National Cemetery and elsewhere. But a single question launched him on a decades-long mission.
The chief who was in charge of the band leaned over to me and said, where did the call come from? And I was dumbfounded because I couldn't give him a good answer.
Villanueva decided to learn everything he could about bugling and taps and share it. Taps originated during the Civil War, he says, when Union General Daniel Butterfield asked his brigade bugler to come up with a less formal call to end the day. Their taps soon spread to other units and became an official bugle call after the war. More than 160 years later, millions have heard at graveside to honor their military veterans for the final time. Buglers, Villanueva says, should strive for perfection every time.
That's going to be the lasting impression that they have for the rest of their lives, that when they were at the cemetery, they heard that bugle sounding those 24 notes.
On a steamy May day at Baltimore National Cemetery, where veterans have been laid to rest since World War II, Villanueva sounded those 24 notes. Villanueva has also spearheaded Taps for Veterans, a nationwide network of auditioned volunteer buglers to connect with families and veterans organizations to honor the fallen on Memorial Day and every day.
Of all the military bugle calls, none is so easily recognized or more apt to evoke emotion than the bugle call of Taps.
Karen Kafa, CNN, Baltimore.
We will have more from Villanueva at the end of this show. We'll be right back. A few days ago, the skies above Annapolis, Maryland were filled with the sights and sounds of the Blue Angels. That's because each year they perform over the Severn River in advance of the U.S. Naval Academy's graduation. We should acknowledge that there were 1,059 graduates in the Naval Academy class of 2026. Caroline Forbach reports on the Patriotic Week in Naptown.
The U.S. Navy's Blue Angels rehearsed their heart-stopping stunts over Annapolis.
It's exciting.
How fast do you think they're going?
Over 100 miles per hour.
Definitely.
Really, really fast.
The team flies FA-18 Super Hornets with some maneuvers reaching about 700 miles per hour, just under the speed of sound.
I was wondering how they have stomachs of steel going up in those planes, because it's crazy. But I've never seen it before too, so I'm excited to see what happens.
And during their famous Diamond 360 maneuver, the jets can fly as close as just 18 inches apart. The Blue Angels have been performing since 1946, showcasing the precision and professionalism of the U.S. Navy and Marine Corps.
Just the precision and the practice and the skill that these gentlemen and women have.
It gives you like this feeling of like, wow. That's our guy.
I don't know. The rehearsal is part of Naval Academy Commissioning Week, leading up to Friday's graduation ceremony for the class of 2026.
I come from a long Navy family. My brother flew for the Navy, so this is a great event to see prior to the graduation. So we're kind of tied to Annapolis. That was several years ago, but we love coming back and visiting and seeing the show.
For many watching along the waterfront, the tradition never gets old.
It's always a thrill, especially if they see it through new eyes.
Go Navy.
Reporting on your corner in Annapolis, Caroline Forbach for WJZ.
After nearly a year serving overseas, one Army National Guard sergeant is finally home. And the reunion with his kids is something you have to see. How a simple dance class turned into an emotional surprise as two young children got the best gift they could ask for, their dad walking through the door. Jacqueline Aragon reports.
I have my whole family here. I have Madison, I have my grandma, I have my grandpa, I have my Nana, I have my Uncle Kellen. Ooh, he sometimes is winners.
Saturday morning dance class for 10-year-old Camden and his 6-year-old sister, Callie Chappell, was one for the history books.
I'm gonna ask someone to our dance today. And when I heard somebody's new in the dance, I thought it was gonna be me, but yeah, and I thought that.
But instead, both Camden and his sister Callie
Where's Calico at? Oh, there she is.
got the surprise of a lifetime.
Hi, baby. Hi, baby.
I saw the shadows, but when I saw his face, I already knew it. And I saw his badge, Chapel.
It was very exciting. At first, I couldn't pick out Callie's tiny little thing, and couldn't see her. I saw him right away.
Their dad, Sergeant Brandon Chappell, has been away for nearly a year,
I love my daddy.
serving for our country as part of the first-class U.S. Army National Guard.
We've known, and we tried our best to keep it secret. It was really nice that we were able to make it such a special surprise. Well, I knew I needed to stay hidden because I live in Des Moines, and so it would already be a surprise that I was here at all.
So have you guys been planning this school year?
That's all, Mom.
And what a surprise it was.
So is that why I stayed at the night for Nana? Wait, so you're saying you just wanted me to stay so it was gonna be a surprise?
Because according to Camden, life without dad can be
Hard, really hard. I'm super young, have 3, I all I see is girls because dance, because of my mom and sister. I'm around a lot of girls for some reason. And now I get to hang out with my dad. Yeah. And now I don't have to do the man of the house job. He can take over, I retire.
maybe starting tomorrow.
Well, actually, no. Well, Dad shouldn't do anything. He should be sitting on my couch right now.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Now to the dish recipe. We focus on easy to follow recipes. Today, we're elevating your traditional Memorial Day barbecue with 2 unique burgers. Tiny Spoon Chef founder Janice Cart shares recipes for a French onion soup burger and a Korean burger.
Good morning. My name is Janice Cart and I'm the founder of Tiny Spoon Chef. Today we're going to up-level your Memorial Day picnic with 2 unique burgers. One is a French onion burger and one is a Korean burger. The ingredients you need for the dish are onions, sugar, sherry, beef stock, fresh Gruyere cheese, arugula, fresh thyme, Worcestershire, garlic powder, gochujang, soy sauce, fresh ginger, mayonnaise, kimchi, rice vinegar, honey, red cabbage, burger buns, and ground beef. We're gonna prep the French onion burger by caramelizing some onions and giving them that great French onion flavor. So we're gonna peel these and cut these in half and slice them thinly. I've got a mandolin here, which makes the job really quick. Just be careful if you have one at home. They are terrifically sharp. We're gonna get a couple tablespoons of olive oil and we're gonna drop right in our onions to slowly cook. We want this at a nice medium heat so that nothing burns. And to this, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of sugar and a nice pinch of salt. While the onions are caramelizing, we're going to grate some fresh Gruyere cheese. Perfect. We're gonna season up the ground beef. Here I have 1.5 pounds of ground short rib. We're gonna add 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire and a good pinch of salt and pepper. Get this mixed together and form it into 4 patties. Now we're gonna prep the base of the Korean burger. Again, I have 1.5 pounds of short ribs here. I have 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, a tablespoon of soy sauce, and I have a tablespoon of gochujang. Gochujang is a fermented chili paste. It's got some sweetness and a subtle heat. It's really complex. I'm gonna grate some fresh ginger, about a teaspoon, and a nice pinch of salt, and a nice pinch of black pepper, and get everything mixed together and form it again into 4 patties. This is great for Memorial Day because it levels up something that is expected and it really comes together in less than 45 minutes. To top the Korean burgers, we're gonna make 2 condiments. The first is a kimchi aioli. We're gonna start with a base of mayonnaise and we're going to add some kimchi. This is a fermented cabbage and we're gonna use the immersion blender and get it mixed together. Our last step is a quick glaze. We have 2 tablespoons of gochujang. We have 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar for a little tanginess. And we have 1 tablespoon of honey for a little bit more sweetness. It's been about 15 or 20 minutes. The onions are looking great. So what we're gonna do is we're going to add a 1/2 cup of beef stock and 2 tablespoons of dry sherry. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of fresh chopped thyme and some black pepper just to brighten everything up. And then we'll get ready to cook the burgers. I have a nice heavy skillet here, but it's Memorial Day, so grill it if you like to. That nice browning is beautiful. These are our French onion burgers, so we're gonna top them with some Gruyere cheese. It smells amazing, and we're ready to eat, so we're gonna assemble a couple burgers here. I'm just gonna get in there and tell you how delicious it is. The freshness of the thyme and with the caramelized onions, that sherry that's reduced down, and that meaty, fatty short rib. If you love French onion soup, you're gonna love this. Let's try the Korean burger. Crunchy, funky, sour, sweet, that slaw. These burgers are perfect for Memorial Day because you are so much better than the average hot dog and hamburger. Take a few extra minutes in the kitchen, make something outstanding, and enjoy your Memorial Day weekend.
Looks absolutely delicious. We'll be right back. Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+U Nevada? Have a Mom to Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+U Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+U Nevada. Or you can email us at 2+UNevada@ktvn.com. Again, while this 3-day weekend marks the unofficial start to summer, we must remember the why behind Memorial Day. To those who continue to serve our great country, thank you for stepping up. Thank you for your service. And we honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. We leave you this afternoon with the sounds of taps from Yari Villanueva and images from the Northern Nevada Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Fernley, where 500 volunteers placed flags over the weekend.